Welcome to our show. What is it? Discovery Deep Dive. Today we have Jake Birkett. How you doing, Jake?
I'm doing good, thank you, Ichiro.
And here with me is my colleague at We Love It, Matt Martindale.
Hello, hello.
Okay, so basically, and Jake, we're gonna talk about your solitaire stuff in a minute. Actually, we're gonna talk almost all about solitaire. We're just gonna deep dive into this. We sent Jake a bunch of links, and we're gonna go through a bunch of stuff. I propose we look at a few launches from today. We look at the hyper search, and we maybe dig really, really deeply into stuff that Jake's interested in. I'm gonna start with every little launch really, really briefly, and I'm gonna challenge you guys to pick out anything that sounds interesting from today's launches on Steam. This is on weloveit.io. I've noticed a bunch of these lately.
Yeah, it's like Clippy's come back from the dead. It's quite surprising.
Yeah, basically desktop stuff. Okay, Nightmare. Jake, you've started a trend. There's things combined with horror.
Nightmare fishing tournament.
Yeah.
We got covered on social by is there a fishing minigame, and they said no, but they really liked the game. So,
wow,
yeah,
we should put a fishing minigame.
But they could play that, and that would be.
There you go.
Say, the whole thing's a fishing minigame.
You heard it here first. I don't see any.
Okay, I like Skelos. Go back to that. Anything that looks like that, I always have a second look at, just because retro graphics. Look, 27 years sounds like somebody been around as long as me. Anyway, retro platformer,
I like that.
low colors. Yeah, I like it. It's the sort of thing that I would probably take a further look at. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Penguins, triangles, typing. Oh, typing idler. How do you do idler with typing?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I guess
So you're basically playing the game by typing while you're doing your day job.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect idler.
Skillful pixel dungeon. Here we go. Here, skillful picture. This is. Okay.
We see the skills. Okay.
I don't see this. Did you see the skills?
Well, I know that we saw a list saying skills.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go.
I didn't see much of the dungeon.
Not so interesting. Okay. So this is these all released today and yesterday. There's more cat games.
They're finding cat games. I don't know if it's all from one person, but there are so many of those games.
Are they AI as well or not?
No, I think that it's too. What some of them might be now, but they've they've predated generative AI in its current form.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So no solitaire games, which brings us to our actual thing. Jake, do you want to? Should we search for solitaire?
We can do that. Yeah.
All right, go to hyper search, and
have you got safe filters on or not? Because some of the solitaire games
Yes, this is for anything that's safe for work.
Okay.
Although we, Matt, we actually literally can't find them from this interface, but we can take that offline if you want, Jake. All right.
Yes.
No, I don't need to.
No, it's too late. You're now Jake Birkett of Gray Area Alien Games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Area 51, folks.
What makes a good solitaire game?
Well, one thing is weird about solitaire is people hear solitaire and they expect one kind of thing because they've played Windows Solitaire or they've played something else, and really it's just there should really always be another word associated with it, like golf solitaire, tripix, Klondike or something. There's always loads of different rule sets and they play completely differently, right? And so you can't base one on another, but we picked a sort of certain style of solitaire that worked really well for our game Forbidden Solitaire because it's quite fast to play, clicking through with a mouse. It feels almost arcadey in the speed there, rather than sort of thinking too much and dragging stacks around. So yeah, and what's that top one?
Well, let's look. All right, so Jake launched his game, what was the date? It's 2 weeks ago?
30th of April, yeah.
Okay, yeah, a little over 2.5 weeks. And since then, these are all the solitaire games. So Zola, classic European, Central European solitaire right there.
Yeah, I never heard of that one, so that's kind of interesting. It's got a standard look which people like to do with solitaire games, which is, I guess, a gambling green with this sort of, table and whatever. Fairly basic looking. I mean, good for them. I can't imagine it's going to attract many customers in. I think most solitaire games do not do well on Steam, as we well know, because some of our best-selling ones will sell fairly poorly.
Well, let's take a look at that. So let's solitaire. If we search by solitaire, we go by, let's say, review count as a proxy.
Good one. Yeah.
And we'll search for that. So, and people mark a lot of weird stuff as solitaire, right?
As solitaire, which that one is not.
Yeah,
no.
Yummy Hustle is the opposite of solitaire anyway.
It doesn't look like it. I mean, weird. But okay, Stacklands is something I need to play that. It's in my backlog, and I did actually come up with an idea for a solitaire city builder, so I'm interested to see what they did.
Stacklands was great,
yeah, and this is of course by Socko Pop, and they made a whole bunch of games, and I think that this was the one that kind of popped off for them, as it were.
Did it sock pop off?
It did something like that, and I think they're building upon this success, maybe. So that's very interesting.
And look at this! Look at this! A multiplayer tactical strategy game, not solitaire. So all of these games are tagged solitaire, despite the fact that they're not technically. So first of all, let's go down to the first one that's actually. I mean, here we go. There is solitaire in Chennai. But to Jake's
sort of. Yeah. I mean, there are actual solitaire games by Zach Gage, right? That's a Zach Gage game. So there are actual solitaire games. Maybe there's some built into that slightly, and it's a sort of sub-tag. Cardboard Town didn't look solitaire to me. Nerds looks kind of solitaire-ish. What is that?
I mean, it is multiplayer solitaire.
Okay, so multi-10.
Yeah. Okay, so here's an interesting, to Jake's point, the top solitaire tagged games, for what that's worth, are not strictly solitaire. Like I would say, Nerds is the first one where solitaire appears in the first tag.
I guess you need solitaire and card game, maybe, if you were able to do both and top.
Yeah, we can do it. I would also say, for our thing, I would, we should be able to filter for, like, solitaire should be in the top 6 tags, but let's do card game and solitaire. So that looks a little closer. Okay.
This is more like it.
Although nice, I think, is not quite solitaire. All right.
No.
Cooked.
Some of them are the same. Yeah. Oh, okay. That actually looks like a Stackland clone, but with cooking. That's what I would say. I mean, I might be unfairly using the word clone there.
It's okay. It's your show, man.
City builder there.
Yep. Cardboard Town is city builder.
Yeah, that's Dominion. Dominion is not solitaire. It's a great game. You have to play it against other people.
People tag it solitaire. Very interesting. Nerds. Last call.
It's interesting. It's almost like so from your description of it, Jake, it feels like it's more like a broader genre, like deck builder. But the application on Steam is unfortunately more like people are just here you repeated, like Steam it's not being applied correctly onto Steam.
No, it is not. And I mean, so that's going to mess up any kind of slight, tag system unless Steam decide to clean that up, which they won't. But yeah, there we are.
Take a look at this. So solitaire and horror are number 1 and 2, which totally makes sense here. This is Jake's game. The developer. What does the developer say? 5-6 hours. You can play solitaire forever. Here's a
somebody speed run the game in 1 hour 30 something now. They're doing official speed runs. I love
it. Well, you've arrived when you've done a speed run in the first couple.
I think so.
Look at this. Look at all these awards. Okay, we're not. Geez. All right. Look at that.
Yeah, it's been everywhere.
Back of the box details. We have a lot of admin info that's only on my.
Yeah, what do we say are related? Let's see if the related game pulled out of the solitaire games.
All right, this is based on cosine similarity of tags. So there's a game called Regency Solitaire. You guys might have heard of.
Yeah, our game, and both of our games, which is cool. I think Occlude is in a kind of a cult kind of horror game that came out similar-ish time, or maybe it's in development. And that looks more like straight up Klondike Solitaire, maybe, but with these weird stacks on the left, that might.
Okay, so that's an interesting point, is that Steam does not disambiguate, like as you were saying, different types of solitaire.
No, it does not. So I mean, it might be a bit nichey, to be honest. And some games are going to be multiple types of solitaire, right? They're going to say, we've got 50 types of solitaire. That's their selling point, right?
Yes. I mean, would you expect, though, like if, say, solitaire was a better police tag, do you think there's enough solitaire fans out there that if there was less clutter in the way, they'd actually be able to focus down and discover the right games? Or is it
possible? It's possible if people only want Klondike, because a lot of people sometimes say they don't want our type of solitaire, so they could filter out all of those, which would get rid of certain types of casual games, which we've made some of, like Regency Solitaire. That's a particular type of golf or tri-peaks solitaire, which people might say, I don't want to see any of those. Only show me straight solitaire or weird variants like Shadowhand, which is
Shadowhand is a weird variant.
Because we added combat in it, basically, and they're only numbers 0 to 9. We tried to obfuscate the fact it was your grandma's solitaire, which is how sometimes people describe it, and adding cool stuff. Now, Solitaire Conspiracy is an interesting one. That was made by Bithell Games, and what happened is they helped us financially slightly make Ancient Enemy back in 2020, which was a card game with solitaire and combat. And then they were so inspired, they made their own solitaire game with a completely different rule set, actually. But what they did, they used the same portrait artist as us, Jen, who's really good. And then some FMV acting-y stuff, and Mike put it together with his polish, and it sold better than our game. But I think that part of that was due to the Mike Bithell branding. Fairy Solitaire is an interesting one. The original came out on Steam, was probably like one of the first solitaire games on Steam, and it probably came out in about 2010 or something on Steam and made them a lot of money, I believe. But they tried to follow it up in recent years, but like 10 years after the original or whatever, and it's just, by then the store is very crowded and they're having discoverability. I mean, and in fact, if you look at those that review count seems good, right? But that, I think I think that launch date is even before reviews were a thing on Steam.
Oh, absolutely. So we're seeing like so that what Jake's alluding to is the box later number, so you could roughly speaking get number of reviews times whatever the coefficient, 35 call it, times the sale price equals the gross sales on Steam. However, the fact that this was launched before the Steam review system means that this number is much smaller than the number of actual would-be reviewers.
And it's a pretty good number anyway, but it would have been really good back in the day. Solitairica came out similar time to Shadowhand, and when we heard that they were developing a turn-based combat solitaire, I was like, oh my god, so are we, because I thought we were the only people in the world that would be doing such a crazy thing.
Well, this looks like it was mobile first.
Yeah, it probably was mobile focused or similar time. I emailed them and said, just a heads up, we're also making a turn-based solitaire combat. Let's, just so you know, so there's no kind of
Did you throw down? Did you say, and ours is better? Guys,
I said, and my lawyers will be in contact. No, I didn't do that. I had to say that in an American voice. No, we actually ended up bundling together or something. I know, we were friendly. It was
isn't that the way like most small developers are collaborative rather than competitive, right?
I think so. Yeah. So there's nothing free cell. I don't think that is solitaire, is it? I don't. You know what? I confess, I've never played free cell.
Never played. Look, it was one of the lesser popular Windows things, right?
It looks like solitaire. But,
I mean, it's
I read an article earlier about Windows Solitaire, and I think it was put out on April Fool's, so I can't tell if it's real or not. But they said the developer was an intern at Microsoft and never got paid. But I don't know if that's true or not.
Wow.
I don't know.
Don't take that at
Look at this Ancient Enemy. That's another Jake Birkett original.
Hey, I'm glad that all my your system is really good, I've got to say. No, but it is picking up solitaire card games that have sold well. And like I've told you, our ones have sold some of the best on Steam. And that's how come I know that everyone else's are not selling very well.
So here this is still safe for work, but here we get the anime solitaire now.
Right. So there are definitely some kind of anime solitaire-esque things. Ooh. Cat Lady, what's this? That looks like, is this, okay. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, what are they building there?
Okay. Matching
like the UI.
Columns. Yeah.
Let's see, when did this come out? What is it? Cat Lady, the card game. This came out in 2019, so beginning of pandemic.
Oh yeah,
it looks very cozy.
Cats is their third high tag there.
Oh yeah, Cats is popular.
It's a good theme. We should have probably done Cats instead of Regency.
Well, let's take a look at let's take out card game. Let's put out Solitaire plus Cats.
Yeah. Right? Okay. Let's go.
Yeah.
There we go. Although this is no longer you know what?
Even horoscope games sticking Solitaire in there just for a bit more visibility.
I'm just gonna put card game in. All right, how many Solitaire cat games? That's not.
These are card games and cats, right? Okay.
This is card, cat, and solitaire.
Is that even a cat? It looked like a raccoon.
This one?
Yeah. like a fox or something, is there?
That is a fox.
That is not a cat.
Wait. There's a tiger in there.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, so there's a cat.
guess
Buddy
it's a
and Lucky
sub-tag.
Soul. Look at this. Look at this. There's so many cat card solitaire games.
I'm shocked how many solitaire games there are, and how many have really nice UIs. Like, for some reason, my brain just defaults back to looking at the Windows like XP solitaire. Like,
Meow Zhong, there's a good pun. Years ago, I did look up how many solitaire games were on Steam. I think it was around 2015 when we launched Regency Solitaire, and it was about 50. I'm not kidding. Solitaire Tag.
Are we talking about like solitaire anywhere in the name? Sorry, anywhere in the tag?
I think it was like tag and name. There was about 50. Now I'm guessing there's 1,500 or something. Does your thing have a count?
It doesn't. I could pull up a screen here and pull that up. However, it would ruin the OBS system that I have.
Yeah, that's cool.
Can I? What happens if I? No, I won't.
Don't blow it up. If we want to. Oh, okay.
Oh no! I don't have
SQL
SQL set up on this.
No,
Sorry.
Okay.
What were you saying, Jake?
If you wanted to explore another genre, I'm also interested in, which I happen to know you're interested in, we could. I don't know what the term is going to be though, because people are now calling them blobbers. But what I'm talking about is Dungeon Master clones. So I'm wondering what kind of tag we would use to find that. Do you know what I'm saying?
All right,
if we looked up Grimrock might have the right tags that we could narrow in on.
Okay, Legends of Grimrock. So dungeon crawler, grid-based movement.
Okay, that sounds.
Let's do it. Let's add these. So let's do.
It's probably going to have some overhead ones, right? But
so let's add grid-based movement.
Dungeon crawler.
Not dungeon. Dungeon. Sorry.
Okay.
Party base is not a deal breaker.
You want to just try those two
let's
first
try
and see.
two.
It might do 2D overhead.
All right. So this. Oh, this is more like a. Is it like a wizardry thing? I'm not even seeing the.
It's not showing us a dungeon, is it?
Yeah, it is.
That's what we want to see.
Here we go. Here's a dungeon, but it
okay.
Looks, I don't know, man. I think you're right. This is not necessary. Oh.
Maybe.
All right, let's move on.
So for me, I don't know this genre, and I don't know the game.
Okay, so first of all, you know wizardry, right? Oh my God, Matt! So this is what Matt is Gen.
I'm a millennial, but I maybe missed out on this. Okay.
My go-to reference is Dungeon Master.
Well, sure.
Eye of the Beholder, but wizardry was a
dungeon.
thing. Yeah.
Dungeon Master game, and obviously for the Atari ST, I'm just going to put it out there.
Okay, yeah.
This was the first type of this I guess I played, along with Bard's Tale 2, where you walk around a 3D dungeon. You can only turn 90 degrees due to limitations. There weren't 3D engines back then, right? So everything was pre-rendered, and you've got puzzles and traps and monster combat and a party, and it's just one of my favorite genres that I would still play if somebody made a decent one today. But
you threatened to make one some years
I want to make one, really. Yeah, who knows? We'll see.
So first of all, this is it's not fantasy, but this fits the bill. Did you see the movement?
Okay, yeah, I guess it does.
Oh yeah. So you can do it in a 3D environment, but would you want to make sure the character stays on like tracks?
Like vampire crawlers.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Right. So I played this quite a lot recently because it came out a week before our game. In fact, it was coming out the same week as our game, and we delayed our launch for a week because of this game. Because we knew that a huge amount of Vampire Survivors fans would go to get it. So we pushed it back, but I played it on Xbox, and it's really good. It's not really a dungeon crawler. It looks like it in terms of view, but it's just a card game at the end of the day.
Well, so there's a question. Let me ask you: do you need
that one looks like?
Well, this also, this looks like. So does it need to be? You need to be able to pick up food and trigger doors for it to be a dungeon master, like.
Not necessarily. I don't necessarily think food is a requirement, but I do think the 90 degrees turning, the moving around,
which
the
Vampire
combating
Crawlers does
monsters.
have, right?
That is true, I guess. It's close. It's just it's got the card base. What Vampire Crawlers doesn't have really is an inventory apart from cards.
Right.
You know, like there's no kind of inventory system, and there aren't any puzzles in the environment. There's no observation of like small bricks with a small dot on that you have to click to open a secret door.
So the question I have for you, can we play that kind of game in 2026, or are we done with the whole, pixel bitching, hidden dot thing?
It's possible you can't. No, I don't know. I think you'd need a twist on it. I don't know, some kind of twist that maybe I could come up with. Who knows? But then again, I think people do sometimes try to do a twist on it, but it can fall flat because the type of people who want to play this game, old people like us, and they more want the actual experience of the old game.
But do we? I'm gonna. I'm gonna.
Do you like Grimrock though? That was fantastic.
I played it and I was like, you know what? I played Dungeon Master in 1988, and I think I had that. But then Vampire Crawlers came out, and I'm like, oh, this is the kind of core loop that I like, combined with the. And you're right, Jake. There's a bunch of top-down stuff that popped in here, but. Why don't we leave off with this? There's I don't have a tidy bow. What is your observation for today in Discovery amongst the two genres? I'm putting it on you.
Well, I think my observation is that people cheat with the solitaire tag.
Yes, they totally do.
Like they totally cheat. I think in my observation with this particular genre is I don't think there is a decent tag for it. I don't know why people have started calling them blobbers, which is supposed to be the movement, which is a very strange term. Game. I guess you would need to, recommended blobber games, right?
Steam Curator for it as well, yeah.
When did
maybe Steam Curator is the best way to to find it, perhaps.
But why
I don't know when this term. Yeah, I guess it's the movement-based thing. Might and magic.
Oh, really? It moves the entire party around the playing field as a single unit of blob?
Okay, fair enough. So I guess my takeaway is that tag needs to be on Steam now, and it needs to be mainlined to me on the front page.
Okay.
Here's the latest Blobber game.
Yeah.
Well, so one thing that we are working on is the God catalog. We're actually working with Tim Ermelov of Vaporlands, and we are creating a system of labels for all Steam games that are an order of magnitude, almost exactly more detailed. So Friend Slop would be a thing, Blobber would probably be a thing, the different types of solitaire would probably be a label as well, and we would be able to narrow it down to all of those.
Yeah, sounds good. Because I mean, there's obviously gaps, is what we're finding in Steam's tagging, and even if you'd have to come up with the exact correct formula to find the type of games you want, and then even then, people incorrectly tagging things are going to ruin that, right? So,
well, do you know when I think this is Lars Doucet's solution when we were over at Valve, we the concept of what is a roguelike was a big thing. There was somebody that was like a very purist, not at Valve, but where is it, roguelike, out there who would report any tags that were not specifically Berlin interpretation roguelike. So it was like, what was the and I think it was Lars who said, hey, why don't we just use traditional roguelike as a tag? So
that's good. And then roguelite as all the other ones. Well, that's actually on there as well.
No. So roguelike is now used to describe the broad category. Traditional roguelike is
very specific.
And then who?
Like, it used to be. Recently I was going through this for another thing we're working on, and I realized this has started to get polluted with games that would not.
This is not a traditional roguelike.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they might be interpreting the rules as no metagame, because of course metagames take a lot of work. So any kind of roguelite, without a metagame, you can call traditional, except
no. Traditional roguelike has to be
overhead.
It cannot be a pinball game. I'm sorry, Pinball Tide. I love you, but okay. Everybody, if you're watching this, thank you. Take a look at all of Jake's awesome stuff, especially Forbidden Solitaire recently. Do you get to have a vacation now that you launched?
In theory, but do you know what? This is the thing. After shipping a game, I'm so tired. The thought of planning a vacation is too much.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of pottering around doing bits and bobs. And that's it at the moment. But yeah, stuff will happen. I'll take a break, proper break somewhere.
Good. And during your break, you can prototype a Blobber.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take my laptop on holiday. It's going to go down well.
Perfect.
My wife.
Gentlemen, thank you. Matt, my co-host as always. Jake, thanks for taking the time to chat with us.
Catch you all later, guys.
Bye.